I can't give up just yet. I have to keep after him. This is the next part, by the way. I'm splitting this into 2 parts. Alright, once more, onto the breach. Magic chess, start! Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No! I will not! Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. What is this? Why aren't you shouting objection? You always shout objection. What? You're really gonna listen to me? Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize. That wasn't the hard part! The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning! Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie! Dad just made it happen! So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? You can lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience I can't give you, but knowledge, then I'm happy to offer. I had some time to think while I was tied up like that, and I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word. Kid, I feel for you. I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult. So I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch. I swear it. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? Sure. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Give me a second. All right. Why were you taking your own home? Why would somebody kidnap you, only to take you back to your own home? Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? They locked me up in that box, then locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared. And did you happen to overhear anything your kidnappers might have said? I think one said, if you want to blame someone, blame the guy who owns the house. The owner of this house. That's your father, isn't it? Ow! It is? I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad. That's not it. At least not based on what else we know of the situation. But there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winters Sr. That could be a clue. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been? No! Of course I don't! If I did, I have told you already! Time to deploy my clue. Your captor wanted you easily at hand, and where could be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father. Ow! What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me? Dude, of course not! What good would that have done him? His own son dead in the family garage. He would instantly have become the prime suspect. You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? Well, it won't have been for a ransom, not his own son. That wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else. This could be an important clue. Do you have any idea why somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right? Time to deploy my clue. Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom? Ow! Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? No, I just answered that stupid question, and then they grabbed me. Their question, what did they ask you? Stop glaring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel. Of course, things are starting to fall into place now. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn, because he wanted to force her honor into declaring Warden Lagarde not guilty. Wait, Gavel has a son? And it was also Lagarde will be found not guilty? I think you were mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped. What? You mean I went through all that? By mistake? Wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where... Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Just leave me alone! This isn't good! I think I pushed him as far as he can reasonably be pushed! I have to calm him down and get him to tell me what it is he just remembered. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. You remembered something just now. What was it? I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him. Him? You mean your father? Ow! No! I didn't mean to bring him up! I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never have made prosecutor if he didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask about that for some time. Why did you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one? That I'm not good enough? Say something, will ya? You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it all. The reason is stupid and dumb and not important. Like I said, it's stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me. I've often felt much the same about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one. A good one. A success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so. You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that. You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd finally accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless. You're not covering for your father in any way, are you? What? No! I won't cover for him ever again! I mean, why would I, after what he's done? You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say? Ow! I mean, why can't I be? Just once in my stupid life! Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name? It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace, but you can clear one. Huh? I never knew that. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue, as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. That seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Let's see if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up for his father. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde? Sorry, I don't know much about that. You can't think of anything?
Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue.
Oh, I think they maybe worked together once, and...
And? What is it? What else have you remembered?
I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her.
Interesting. And did he have any particular reason to recommend her?
I guess he thought she was good at her job, unlike me. I think they knew each other from back when he was the chief prosecutor.
What was he like back then? Was he different at all?
Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know, or a case file he hadn't read.
An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somewhere?
No! That's not what happened! You haven't heard my side of the story! I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But, oh, what'd I do? What did I do?
Seems he's drowning in his old self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father. Isn't that correct?
Ow! Ah! He told me it'd all be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer.
Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible.
So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking?
Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you.
What? No!
There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winner's possession. And we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him.
It's all my fault. What do I do now?
I can't stand by and watch him like this. He's had a brutal collision with a reality he never even knew existed. I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate. And maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth?
Come on! Give me a break, will ya? Can a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one?
Don't you mean the milk of human kindness? Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used.
Huh? It's not?
Listen, talking with you like this, it's helpful for me too. There was a time when there were truths I didn't want to face up to either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways.
That's nice. I don't have anybody like that.
If you could muster the courage to try and find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help.
You would?
But only if you really mean to try.
I don't want to be like my dad.
You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace. I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace?
I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on. Should I?
The only person who can answer that question is you.
Yeah!
Only you can decide what path you choose to walk.
Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it.
So he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He's told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us where he means to go next. So, what now, Eustace?
Well, first I'm going to give this stupid jacket back. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man.
It's clothes make the man, Eustace.
It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. I'm learning a lot from you today.
That's good to hear. Now about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy?
All right, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. But how? How do I get there? Tell me. What do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know.
If only he'd remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy, but the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself and in the path you've chosen. Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings, and losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day, more than I can imagine. For the last time, well, it took a little longer than I thought it would. And for the last time, checkmate. Logic chess complete.
No! Wow, I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast.
He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. April 6, 1:15 p.m., Big Building, Plaza.
Yeah, we don't have much time left.
I think we better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse.
But Eustace ran off, right? Isn't he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge?
We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Francisco will continue for the prosecution.
Okay. Is that really all right, though?
It's going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off.
Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder weapon means no conclusive proof means no conviction. That's all there is to it. That makes no sense. The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you. Yeah! Eddie, darling, how much longer is this gonna take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. Sorry, Phoebes. It's our friend the prosecutor over there. She's stubborn as a freaking mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation. Yeah! Or I'll just have to keep whipping you until you can. Seriously, I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Come on, Miles, what's taking so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. Oop, sorry, G. This one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine.
Fender.
Miles Areno! Boy, am I ever glad to hear your voice. How are things on your end?
We found Eustace.
Sweet! And the knife? And the chisel?
Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care, which means that Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are.
Chairman Winner? But why would he?
We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winner and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others don't know about.
Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winner on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right?
I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean.
Well, shake a leg, will you, big guy? Can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here.
Understood. I wonder how long Judge Gavel's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry.
How are things over in the courtroom of doom?
They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that'll go for them?
Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of?
Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we have relayed to him just in case it might help.
Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a lot new piece of evidence fresh from the evidence side.
The gloves we found in his garage. Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else?
What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winner was involved in that, right?
Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on that. Excellent. And do we have anything else?
We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this.
Your Yadagarasu pin. K. I asked for evidence relating to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously?
Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything.
Ugh, that's different! Wait, that's Eustace.
Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Wah! Rude! He totally ignored me!
What was he doing in the big building, I wonder?
Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he was up to.
Yes, good idea. Huh? The hatch is wide open.
Maybe Eustace opened it.
Did Eustace really come down here?
Mr. Edgeworth, look! The safe! It's open!
I guess maybe he did come down here. We better take a closer look.
There's some stuff left in the safe.
Then we better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. Is it a document of some kind?
Let's see. Yeah, a document? And there's a photo attached too.
This picture. It's of...
Whoa, that's Mr. Knight, right?
The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard.
Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's this paperwork about?
I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his silly correspondent chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis' lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. It seems to be some sort of report on Knight.
Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed.
We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't you?
I'd say so.
But who was it written for?
Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe.
And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsius Winner himself.
Proof that they really did know each other.
Indeed. And not only that, it proves another connection.
Huh?
Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis' henchman.
Oh, you mean Bodhihama Canis, right? The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs?
Yes, something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know.
But what?
I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case.
Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before.
There's something on his finger.
Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, and an expensive-looking one at that.
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't say anything.
Well, well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place.
So basically, the safe was full of evidence from the murder at the prison.
It would seem so.
Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff.
Really? Curses. Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth! Our game isn't over yet! But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Yep, you're right. Let's get out of here. Could I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps? I have ice cream, too. But if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You! The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth.
What are you doing here?
It's just as I said. I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some? Parting Clouds, it's called. Very apt. Sweeter than death itself, and so delicious you will feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet, I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different? And what does he want with us? The president's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. The man no one could kill, notoriously stubborn despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time, his bodyguards were nowhere to be found.
And after Mr. Rook died to save him, too.
As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to... What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now. I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people could entrust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time.
And what are you going to do when you find them?
Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course.
What? What are you saying? What's going to happen to them?
I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you want to know. Our mutual friend, Bodhihama Kanis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? Three nights ago, to be precise, his cell was simply empty. almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Connors in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for? Now, I better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to ground in the end. First the killer, now Connors. 2 assassins on the loose.
Huh? That sound! Mr. Edgeworth! It's Judge Gavel's cell phone!
Could it be Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is using a voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo. We'll figure it out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor.
I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. Where's the speakerphone button? I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball.
Hey, I'm standing right here, you know.
But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Rosie Ring.
What?
This must be the person the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you'd deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right. I abducted Kay, as you put it. But why would I do that? That's right, because I needed you to help me make sure that Winner got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'll be sure to unmask him eventually. Everything worked out exactly like I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winner who kidnapped Judge Gavel's boy. You? How do you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. How could they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet innocent little Sean is here with me right now. What? No! Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Well, okay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you?
They even know about that?
How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winner's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. So there were 2 kidnapping plots. Ooh, what a bunch of clowns. His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the endgame here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My endgame is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you to at least try to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly.
Who is that?
I wish I knew, but they didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine.
What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us.
Indeed they did. You're right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know.
How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private? Right? They knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too.
We need to figure out how. What were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yadagarasu's first commission to be a total failure, would you?
They even know about that?
Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces.
That's it!
Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew.
Huh? Really?
Whoever it was, they were listening in on us. They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer.
What? Like they were eavesdropping on us?
Think about what the kidnapper said. Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't, so they weren't filming or following us.
Okay, so what? They hid a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag.
Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said again.
Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gavel's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room.
Judge Gavel.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat.
What evidence did I have on my person at that point? The bug must have been hidden here, in the Yadagarasu pin.
Take that!
Kay, can I take a closer look at your badge?
The Yadagarasu pin? No, it's mine.
What?
Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure, you're a great thief's assistant now, but that doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it.
I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs.
Huh? This old thing?
Let's take a look, shall we? A transceiver!
Huh? Whoa!
So I was right.
How did you know?
Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently.
When they knocked me unconscious, you mean?
Precisely, which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gavel when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time.
I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up?
Yes, all the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin.
So they were listening to us the whole time, and they heard everything we said.
I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more.
Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now.
They may well be, yes.
Hey, jerkface!
Kay!
Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself?
Huh? What was that sound?
Ow, 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 ow! Ouch, dang it! Huh? Oh, look, it's Tabby. Y'all sure know how to surprise a girl. You gotta shout that loud without a word of warning? Made me jump halfway out of my skin. Sorry. What's got you so ornery anyhow? Get a load of this. Seriously, it'll make your blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears.
I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is.
Thanks. Nearly walked right into that. Ah, come on. Y'all are no fun at all. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans all over this here plaza.
I'd better switch off the bug before I'd forget.
So, did you all find that there kidnapped kitty?
Speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away... Was it the boy in this photograph?
Huh? Nah, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber in mud, even if he did have on some fancy school uniform.
No prizes for guessing who she means. So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2? Are we really going to make it in time?
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth. I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right?
There was? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location?
A loud bang, you say. I see.
Gah! Will you stop eavesdropping?
Boy, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Ruffles?
Guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd, too, much as I don't want to. We gotta move fast!
How about that? A little help from little old me and y'all made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, if by closer you mean we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnap victim.
She must have barely looked at the photo at all.
Aw, really? And here I thought I'd given y'all the tip of the century. My bad.
It's not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just have to learn not to do that again.
Hey, ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, you know? And I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that.
Alright, fine.
Maybe just this one. Only because I got a real scoop for y'all this time.
A real scoop, This should be good. Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you've got my attention. What is this scoop of yours?
Proof, that's what. Proof that Taurosaurus really is real.
Alright. Okay, we're leaving.
Wait, I ain't lying, I swear. Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true.
We don't have time for this. But we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps?
Ooh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured.
I was hoping for something a little better than that.
Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire-breathing time, dagnabbit. There. Well? Kinda hard to tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire, maybe.
And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire-breathing something with your own eyes?
Well, not exactly with my eyes as such. Being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened.
Ahem. Surely the real Taurosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing.
Well, see, I was far away, but also recording what you might call non-standard means.
Would you mind explaining what you mean by that?
I really dug myself a hole here, huh? See, I might could have rigged me up a little wireless intercept hoping to do a little scoop detecting. That's so sad. Poor insect.
Not an insect, Kay. An intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions.
Me and the chief have been down here at the Big Billman sniffing around these last couple of days.
Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area too.
Sure have. Which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. The pounding of feet, the electricity in the air. That was it. Taurosaurus, at last. You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you?
The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct?
Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, you hear? Anyhow, I kept listening, till down the line comes your pal there's voice, hollering fit to beat the band. Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself?
Huh? What was that sound? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with a little outburst. I assume it was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it?
What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now, I ain't no bugging just. A little lighthearted intercepting is all.
Would you mind if we borrow that tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd?
Gah! Do what you dang well please.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth!
Mr. Singh!
Miss Barry! How's the search going? Did you find him?
Not yet. Poor Sean.
Sean?
Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue.
I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes?
You did?
That's great. Thanks so much. Maybe they won't arrest me again. What's going on?
Stop, Gummy! Why are you running away from us?
Detective Gumshoe, when you gave up your badge, sir, I didn't know what to do with myself. You stay right where you are, detective. So I thought, if you weren't gonna be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigate crimes. And us detectives don't just investigate when prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves, too.
Is that what you were doing just now?
And back then, too.
You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kate Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information.
Detective Gumshoe did that? So Rosie Ringer's autopsy report. When I went down to the detention center to see how Kay was doing, When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it, little by little. Kay Faraday? Murderer? That's the truth. The truth about his truth I created. Yes, my boy. That's what I like to see. You overheard that? Yeah, so I went back to look over the evidence. They got a little stuff that I thought might help.
No way, Gummy. You're the best. I'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for you.
My pleasure, kid. Good to see you got your memory back, by the way.
Thanks.
So anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days, and that's that.
Wait, Gummy. Don't run off again. We get it. You can look into stuff for yourself now. That's great. And it helped me, right when I needed it most.
But right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor, or indeed in anything, but we're investigating a case regardless. And I ask you this not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Aw, stop it, sir! You're killing me here!
Come on, Gummy!
Alright, I'll do it. Just stop bowing and being nice to me, okay? It's weird.
Gummy!
Thank you, Detective. So, what do you need? Can you tell us what you've discovered in the course of your investigations, Detective? Yes, sir. Sure I can. Alright, so I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1, I've got some results from you when forensics looked at case closed. They found traces of what looked to be a powerful sedative. Brand, was, 3Zs. I guess that's what she was drugged with at Gourd Lake, before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2. I got hold of all the footage from that security camera in front of the big building elevator. The camera that captured President Wang and Judge Gambit that night. The elevator is usually the only way of getting on the roof, correct? And therefore, anyone using it should have been caught on camera. That's right. So winding the tape back to 2 nights ago, we should have been able to see Kay being carried up there while she was out cold.
And? Did you spot me, Gummy?
I watched it all on fast forward. Everything from 2 days ago till the end. Yes, and? Nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true.
So how did the kidnapper get her up there?
I think we'll need to look into that in a little more detail. And the last item on your list. Yes, sir. This is the big one. The third thing I have to tell you is, it's great to be working with you again. I'll help you catch the perp if it's the last thing I'll do. And that about wraps it up. I put you through a lot, Detective. But that doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's the big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have anything to do with the case. I would have preferred something of practical use. Oof. No mercy, huh? Guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. A boy has been kidnapped. We need your help to find him. Kidnapped? Yes. His name is Sean Fenn. Oh, wait. The kid with the horns? You know him? I saw him earlier today. You mean this morning? Yeah, he got off that bus over there, and then he walked off toward the garbage disposal area.
Where's that?
Just over there. It's where all the officers in the big building put their trash before it gets taken away. Where he went after that, I couldn't tell you. I had to leave right around then. I think we'd better take a closer look at this garbage disposal area. This is gonna be a very long one, I know it.
So Sean walked off in this direction, huh?
It would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues here as to his current whereabouts. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. This milk carton.
That's the same brand Sean drinks.
Something happened to him here. I am almost certain of it.
So they keep it locked up tight, huh?
I guess they don't want non-residents disposing of their trash here. The trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty. There was a ton of stuff here earlier. Big stuff, too.
Today must be the day they take the big stuff away.
Yeah, sure looked that way. I'll bet the big
Squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow.
They don't do that with the larger items. They just take them away as they are. They do, huh? How do you even know that, sir?
Wait, Mr. Fenner's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I'll bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how to throw your stuff away for when you move office.
You're spookily insightful sometimes, Kay, but only sometimes. Based on what we've seen, and what Detective Gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area.
Yeah, it's kind of out of the way of prying eyes, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place?
I imagine he must have had something to dispose of.
But the truck's already come and gone. Guess we'll never know what that something was now.
He's right. Garbage disposal area with vehicle activity. Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning. The taxi and a blue truck.
And Eustace was taken away in the taxi.
Right. Well, it seems that Sean was lightly abducted from the garbage disposal area, and if the garbage was collected at 11 a.m. Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was. Indeed, it must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue.
Some cop he was. How did he not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines?
Because it wasn't. Today isn't a regular garbage day. It's the day they collect larger items, for which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck, just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, right?
Wait a second. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then the truck would probably have been fake too, right? So maybe it didn't go to the dump.
No. I'm reasonably sure the garbage truck was real.
Yeah? How do you figure that?
Another look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. What tells us that the garbage truck must have been real? We need to present the lock in the gate.
Take that!
The garbage disposal area is kept locked.
Oh yeah! So only a real garbage collector in a real garbage truck could have opened it.
Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean put him in a large cardboard box that they prepared for the job. Now, mix that in amongst all the other oversized items.
And the garbage collector would have taken it away. No questions asked.
Exactly. Allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility. They could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake and collect it without incident.
Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. Looks like we have two possibilities.
But which of the garbage processing facilities was Sean taken to? Have we found anything that might serve as a clue? Yeah. Considering what we're about to deal with, that's pretty something. I gotta cut this short, because we're almost at the 2-hour mark. And considering what we're about to happen next, it's not gonna be easy. That's it. I'm ending it here for now. We'll continue this in the next. If you enjoy this, like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I'll see you then. I don't want to go too long because remember, I have a lot of time on my hands. Plus, I'm in no rush just to get all this in. If anything, it's going to be 3 parts long. I have no disrespect, but it's not much I can do. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by Capcom. And besides, I'm saving the next part for the good stuff.